Okay, our last topic for this chapter over scientific measurements is looking at dimensional analysis. I'm starting with just looking at the units of energy. We're not actually going to make conversions, but I just want you to kind of be aware that there is a unit out there to convert between energy units. We can use calories, and I do that every time. We can use calories, so calories, you know what calories are. There's also a unit for energy called joules, and it just kind of shows here a way that you can convert between the two. We're going to actually make conversions between different kinds of units, but I just wanted to kind of show you that. So, dimensional analysis. You did learn it last year. It's just a way to analyze and solve a problem, making sure that you cancel the units as you go. So just as a quick example here, if I said how many seconds are in a workday if you work 8 hours, the way that you would set this up is you would say, okay, 8 hours. I always teach my first year students is, okay, I want hours to cancel, so to set up dimensional analysis, you draw a line. Well, I want hours to cancel, so if hours are on top, hours have to go on bottom. I don't know how many seconds are in an hour, I do, but if I did not, I would have to say, okay, well, I do know how many minutes are in an hour. There's 60. So I could get that hour to unit cancel now. But I want to know how many seconds. So I would have to set this up one more time and say, okay, well, now minutes are on top. So to get them to cancel, they would go on bottom, and I can get to seconds. And I know that there are 60 seconds in 1 minute. Now I just have to do the math. Now these are fractions. The biggest thing that I see is people try to cross multiply, but these are not equal signs. Those are time signs. So these are fractions. So the only thing, basically this 8 is over 1. The only thing you have on bottom right now is 1. So to solve this problem, you just have to take 8 times 60 times 60 in your calculator, which should give you 28,800, and that is, make sure you don't have a naked number, that is seconds. So that would be the answer to that one. So that is dimensional analysis. You do have a copy of a conversion chart that I have attached with these notes, I hope. If not, I will get it to you, but I will try to put that with the notes. The first one here, I want you to convert 378 feet to inches. So you may not have to look at the conversion chart for this one, because if you've got 378 feet, most of you guys know how many inches are in a foot. But the way you need to think about this, instead of you coming up and asking me, okay, well, do I multiply it by 12 or do I divide? If you set it up, you'll see it. Feet need to cancel, so feet go on bottom. Inches go on top. So there's 12 inches in 1 foot. So now my feet cancel. So that tells me I need to take 378 times 12 to solve this, which would be 4,536 inches is your answer. The next one says convert 3,800 feet to yards. Apparently I can't say that. So I'm starting with feet. The first thing I always do is set up a conversion line. So I want feet on bottom, and I know that there's a conversion between feet and yards, so I'm going to put yards on top, and I know that there are 3 feet in 1 yard. So the feet would cancel, and this time I would need to take 3,800 times 1 divided by 3, or just say 3,800 divided by 3. Again, that is a fraction. So when I divide that, I get 1,266.7, and I have converted this to yards. The next one, I have 4,500 inches, and I want you to convert that to yards. Some of you guys know how many inches are in a yard, but if you don't, you can just go ahead and set up and say, okay, well, I could go from inches to feet and then feet to yards. So I could use the 2 conversions that I've used in 1 and 2. So if I want to get rid of inches, again, it's the unit that's going to have to go on bottom. I could go to feet. Well, there are 12 inches, so the 12 goes on bottom. If you look at number 1, it did go on top. Those conversions can be written either way. It just depends on how you have to write it to get it to cancel. There's 1 foot and 12 inches. Okay, so now I'm at feet, but again, I want you to get to yards. So you're going to have to set up another one. And this time you want feet to cancel, so that's the one that's going to go on bottom. So we've already used this one. There are 3 feet in 1 yard, so the feet cancel. So now it's just a matter of doing the math. Remember, when I get to this unit, if that's the one that's in your problem that I want you to get to, you're done. You just have to solve the math. So this is going to be 4,500 times 1, which is 4,500, divided by 12 times 3 is the only thing I have on bottom, which is 36. So when I divide that out, I come up with 125 yards as my answer. The next one, I have 425 feet. So kind of the same. I need to think about where I need to go. If you kind of take a look at your conversion chart, there's not a conversion that goes from feet to centimeters. But if you kind of look, I think it's right in the middle column, there is one that tells you that there are 2.54 centimeters in 1 inch. So if I can get from feet to inches, I can make that conversion. So again, I want feet to cancel. I want to try to get to inches. So we've already said there are 12 inches in 1 foot. So now my feet cancel. But now I want to get to centimeters. So inches are on top, so that unit will go on bottom. I want to get to centimeters. And it tells me that there are 2.54 centimeters in 1 inch. So now the inch unit has canceled. Now I need to do my math. The only thing that's on bottom is 1, so I can solve this problem by taking 425 times 12 times 2.54, and that gives me 12,954, and I have converted that to centimeters. So there are my answers for those 4 problems. The last 3, same kind of concept, but I'm just dealing with some different units. So ounces and pounds, if you kind of take a look at your conversion chart in the right column, you have some conversions to go between ounces and pounds. You guys may know them. 84 ounces. I want ounces to cancel, so that's the unit I'm going to put on bottom. To pounds. There are 16 ounces in 1 pound. So that tells me I'm going to have to take 84 and divide it by 16. And when I do that, I come up with 5.25 pounds. So next, number 2, I have 125 ounces. I want to convert ounces to kilograms. If you take a look, there's not a conversion between ounces and kilograms, but if 16 ounces are in a pound, there are also 2.2 pounds in 1 kilogram. So there is a conversion that goes between ounces and pounds and kilograms. So if I get to kilograms, if I get to pounds, I mean, then I can get to kilograms. So if ounces are on top, I need to put ounces on bottom, and I need to go to pounds. So there are 16 ounces in 1 pound. So now my ounce unit is canceled, but again, I want to go to kilograms. So I want pounds to cancel, so that's the unit I'm going to put on bottom, to kilograms. And then if I look at my conversion, there are 2.2 pounds in 1 kilogram. So now I just got to deal with the math. The only thing I've got on top is 125. I'm going to divide that by 16 times 2.2, which is 35.2. And now I need to divide those two numbers. So 125 divided by 35.2 gives me, I'm going to round it, 3.6, and I have converted this to kilograms. And the last problem, I have 34 miles. There may be a couple of different ways to convert this one, but I'm just going to stick with one. If you come up with another one, I'm not saying that there's only one way to do this. There could be several ways. So if I kind of look at my conversion sheet, I see that there's something that goes from miles to feet, and then a conversion that goes from feet to meters. So that's what I want to get to, meters. So miles are on top, so the miles will have to go on bottom. There's a conversion that tells me how many feet are in a mile. There are 5,280 feet in 1 mile. And then I can go from feet on bottom to cancel to meters, and it tells me that there are 3.281 feet in 1 meter. So now it's just the math. I've got 34 times 5280 gives me 179,520. Then I've got to divide that by 3.281, which is 54,715 rounded, and I have converted to meters. So that is my answer for that one. So that's an introduction to dimensional analysis. Thank you.